What is up, everybody? Welcome back to Macho Movie Madness.
Oh, yeah.
I'm Brandon. Alongside me always is Andrew, and it's Warehouse B, episode 21, and it is Leprechaun. Alright, what is up, guys? We are talking Leprechaun today. I just watched this movie for the first time in years.
Yeah, me too.
Last night, and just for this episode.
Yeah, this very special St. Patty's Day episode.
Yeah, very special. Happy St. Pat's Day to everybody.
Top of the morning.
Top of the morning to you. We're Irish. We can do this.
Yeah, it's not racist at all.
No. Absolutely not. Maybe mildly. So I forgot so much shit in this movie, and I realized that I just kind of like repressed it a little bit. I'm thinking, I don't remember it being scary, but I'm like, gosh, surely it's got some scary moments in it, some good kills. No, it's not. It's not scary at all, and I can't even say there's really good kills in it.
Yeah.
So. Was there even like, is it supposed to, was it even supposed to be horror?
Yeah, originally, so I did a little research. Originally the script was written all the way back in like 1985 and was written as kind of a horror movie.
Yeah.
But you get to like the late 80s and you get a lot of funny horror, like a lot of...
Well, I know the slasher genre was pretty much dead by that point.
Yeah. I said in another review, I think we just talked about maybe on Terminator, this felt more like Ernest Scared Stupid to me. Or
for sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's definitely got that comedy thing. Only to me, it all kind of falls flat. It wasn't as good. It didn't hold up as much as it did the first time I saw it. No,
it didn't. So, Leprechaun, just a little FYI for everybody, was directed by Mark Jones. Also written by Mark Jones. So... It was released January 8, 1993. I believe it was actually filmed in 91, from what I understand. It's a Trimark Pictures.
This is like their first release, I believe.
I think so. Budget was $1 million, and the box office total brought in $8.6 million.
I will say, just under the $1 million budget that I read, from a cinematography point of view, I thought they accomplished a lot.
Yeah. I was going to say that later.
did think it had that going.
Yeah. There was... I was just thinking that last night, there's a lot of shots in this movie that are bad, but like this weird, goofy TV Puppet Master style. Like you got that real cheesy, low budget kind of shit going on.
Full moon feature style.
Yeah, but there was also... I also really liked a lot of shots. I liked those low... Some of the low angles were weird, but I liked a lot of them lower angle, like the shots where they kind of looked from the bottom up, and... there was one scene, actually, that was probably one of the best shots of the film, where Jennifer Aniston was in the hospital, or the nursing home, or whatever, and she come around the corner, and it was, it was tilted. The camera was tilted, and then it kind of, like, drew in, and I think just, like, corrected itself into the straight shot as it panned out, as she came down the hallway, and I thought that was a really, really good shot. There was a lot of really good angles like that, and a lot of good shots. Especially from like the Leprechaun side of things. Some of them, like I said, really goofy.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, everything else was just kind of fell short as far as quality. Acting, characters, and it's not even the acting was all that bad. Just the dialogue and the characters weren't likable.
Yeah. I liked I like Jennifer Aniston in this movie, even though she was just kind of like your spoiled city girl. Like, she didn't want to be down in the basement and stuff. And,
she's still thinking about Jennifer Aniston. She's likable.
Yeah,
I think that's where it just kind of comes through.
Yeah,
because it was a bad character.
Yeah,
it was a cliche character,
but she makes the character.
But it's just Jennifer Aniston. She's just got that presence about her.
To quote Steven Tyler, she is fine.
For sure. Yeah. For sure. This, I don't even know how old she was in this, but I realizing this was 1991, not even 93. Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
Dark hair and all. The guy who plays the
Nathan,
he looks like your typical rugged slasher movie pretty boy kind of dude.
He did a lot of TV. I read
he looks like a TV actor.
What else did he do? He only did a couple of movies, but he was in a lot of things like Airwolf and maybe even Friends back in the day. I can't remember off the top of my head. But
Ken Oland.
Yeah. Where it really fails, though, is his friends, the guys he has painting with him, Ozzy, and what was the other kid's name? Alex.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, they were bad.
And Ozzy was played by Mark Holton, who was Francis in Pee-wee's Big Adventure.
Oh, okay, yeah.
He was Francis.
I knew I'd seen him.
He's been in a lot of movies. He was in League of Their Own. At the end, he was the little chubby kid, all grown up. He's been in a lot of shit.
Yeah.
He's always been kind of a goofy character and everything, but he played his part well, but it was not a good part.
Yeah. Is it bad that I wanted the Leprechaun to get them?
No, absolutely not. Because there was only 4 deaths.
Yeah,
there was literally 4 deaths in this movie, and 3 of them, I believe, were neck snaps.
Gotcha.
The cop and the woman for sure. Then there was the pogo stick, which was the best kill in the movie, but also the one that pissed me off. It pissed me off. And then, what was the other one? Oh, no, it wasn't a neck snap. It was O'Grady or whatever.
Oh, when she went down the stairs?
That was the wife. But the man in the nursing home later had that stroke, and the husband.
Yeah.
And he was just like somehow randomly in the top side of the elevator, and he was just hanging.
Oh, that's right.
And I also have to mention this because I noticed it last night. So gravity apparently doesn't work for this death because he's literally hanging upside down, about to die. He tells her how to kill the leprechaun. When he dies, instead of just like going limp, he literally, like how characters when they die, they just kind of like tilt their head, and do this. He did that. Gravity wouldn't work that way. If you're upside down, you're not gonna do, and you're doing this like your head's tilted looking at her. You're not gonna die like this. Like when you're hanging. Does that make sense when you're hanging upside down? Yeah. You literally just rested your head.
Even at Warehouse B, this stuff has to make sense.
Yeah, well, somewhat. Yeah. Damn, you can't rest your head upside down like this. If you're upside down, you just kind of I don't know, what is going on?
Warwick Davis. What did you think of him?
Warwick Davis is awesome.
Yeah,
he was great in this. This is like a role made for him, man. Yeah. He's kind of got that weird little. He's obviously a little person. He's got that kind of the weird body shape about him.
I think it's the shoes they had him in too made him walk with a weird gait.
Yeah, he even made him walk even worse.
Yeah,
the scrawny legs or whatever. It just made him so creepy. The makeup effects were amazing. Yeah. That's the best thing about this movie was the makeup effects for him, for sure. Music is okay. It was definitely TV, sci-fi horror movie type music. Yeah. Obviously, they played a lot of heavy stuff into. They played heavy into the Irish and the Leprechaun stuff with the music. God, the effects were terrible. Otherwise,
what made me laugh? We were talking about it just a little bit ago. Was the scene that you'll see in the opening of this video, where he's in the little go-kart thing with the pitchfork sticking out the front.
Yes.
And he hits them in their truck and flips the truck several times.
And that pissed me off. That just pissed me off. I was yelling at the TV, what is going on? Yeah. This is a old, heavy-bodied Ford pickup truck, like 70s model. Yeah. And this dude come out with a miniature-sized go-kart in sped up motion, not going fast. It wasn't going. It was literally one of those things they do where they speed up the camera footage to make it seem like they're going faster.
Like the tricycle scene.
Like the tricycle scene in a goofy comedic fashion. And he literally rams into the side of the truck, which it would have went under the truck, I'm sure. But yeah, somehow flipped the truck.
Yeah.
The pogo stick kill was just awful. I mean, come on. Like, it was the best kill in the movie.
Yeah.
But at the same time, like, what? And why was his face all bloody?
Yeah.
He didn't cut his face up, but his face was all mangled and shit but he was just stabbing him in the chest. Yeah. He made really bad puns. The rhymes were not even good rhymes.
Yeah, they get better as these go along.
Oh, that's good, because they sucked in this one.
I did think some of the gore was good, like when her dad's hand gets...
Yeah, that was
who
good.
goes and sticks her hand in a tree hole like that?
Yeah, I think it was a cat.
Yeah. But I thought that was a really good effect. There were some other things like that I thought were pretty good. I thought the blood looked good. You know, we just watched Samurai Cop on the last Warehouse B, and the blood looked awful.
Oh, just straight up red paint. No, I mean, this was definitely not the worst movie, and I know this is a cult movie now.
Yeah.
It's not the worst movie I've ever seen, but it's just hard to get behind because it can't make up its mind on what it's trying to be.
Yeah.
Because it's so goofy and so childish and so just laughable at most of the time. And then there's scenes randomly where it's actually kind of intense and scary. Not very many scenes, but I just mean like the scene where the truck wouldn't start again, and and they were all piled up in there, and the kid had to get out, and he was under the hood. Just the tension from him getting out slowly was creepy. The tension when she went to the nursing home to find O'Grady was kind of tense, and he was sitting there rocking in the chair, dressed as him. That was pretty tense. There was a couple of those moments for me, but there was the scene with the cop. That was so dumb.
Yeah, and the cop was not a good actor at all.
No, not like most of them were. I do, and it's just kind of funny because I mean, just kind of like Chucky, none of them had a hard time really fighting him off.
Yeah.
I mean, he wouldn't die. Obviously, he could take just pretty much an insane amount of damage.
I thought some of those scenes were pretty funny when they're blasting him with a shotgun and he just flies.
Yeah, he just flies back. He just kind of dies for a second. Then,
yeah.
I don't know. None of it makes any damn sense. And the way they killed him at the end with the slingshot.
I thought the effect was cool.
The effect was cool.
Yeah.
But it was dumb. And the kid had a better one-liner than he had the entire movie.
Yeah.
Well, what would you score this thing?
At best, to me, this is a 2 out of 5.
That's probably one of the lowest rating we've ever had.
Yeah, I think I may have given like the Prowler or something a 2. Just because the kills were good.
I'm gonna have to go 2 as well. I can't even give it better than that. It's on a fun scale, on a rewatchable scale. When we're talking Warehouse B, it's not got some of, there's other horror movies. I would rather watch The Prowler again.
Yeah.
I would watch Deadly Prey again. There's stuff that's enjoyable. Samurai Cop was enjoyable. Whether it's horror or action, whatever, there's just things that you look for in a movie. This is not so bad it's good. This is just bad.
Yeah.
It is unfortunately one of the better ones in the series. It's not the most entertaining one.
No.
But it's one of the better ones.
It's top 2 or 3 for sure.
Yeah, it's just as much as I love Jennifer Aniston, I'm sorry, it's just not good, man. Yeah. And Warwick Davis was awesome. The effects was awesome. His makeup was awesome. It's a character that you're always gonna see and know. Yeah. And good on them. But just overall, it just struggles with what it's trying to be.
Yeah.
And it's just not something I can go back and watch again too much.
Yeah, I watched it for the first time like 6 or 7 years ago, and I watched it like 2 or 3 weekends ago. That's why I'm having a hard time remembering some of the things that were going on. And I'm like, okay, now I see why I hadn't watched this in so long.
Yeah, I mean, because it didn't start off that bad, but it just really, it really drug. It was like an hour and a half. It wasn't long, but it still drug in the middle too much. The way they revealed, they still didn't believe that he existed. Only Ozzy, who was obviously like a special needs kind of character played by Mark Holton. another thing is, this is the test to see if it's real gold. You bite down on it, and then like it cut away, and then they cut back to him, and he's like, and like swallows it by accident. Like what?
That becomes the whole premise of the movie.
Yeah, like
gold piece back.
Well, you couldn't have done it better. Like the kid couldn't have slapped him in the back, and then he and then choked it down. No, he just like, I want to bite into it, and then he eats it.
Yeah.
What? He's not that dumb. Like, he's not that retarded.
Well, he did need a brain surgery. Like we do after seeing this movie. But
I probably needed it before.
Next time out, we are gonna have a whole lot of fun because we're gonna be talking Night Beast. And
oh my god.
That's another movie that is so bad it is just insanely good.
Yeah.
So
yeah. You kind of see where we're coming from here on what we and how we rate, because like if it falls so middle of the road or just so low where it's not even fun
or memorable,
then that's a problem. And that's what, unfortunately, that's what Leprechaun is. Night Beast, stuff like that. That stuff you can kind of have fun with and make fun of.
Yeah.
And that's just a whole lot different. So yeah, we'll look forward to that. So until then, guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button, the subscribe button, all that. Don't miss a thing coming up, and we will see you next time. We're out of here.